my goal is to help people to see what the enemy is trying to do. And he works with our thought life like nothing else. It's what I'm thinking that's causing the problem, to be honest with you. It's what I'm thinking that's generating all of this anger, all of this get you back. It's what you are thinking.
Yeah.
And so he can make you feel good about what you're thinking.
That's good. That's good. Versus trying to sort it out in our own strength. There's plenty of wisdom available that will give us insight, show us things, help us redefine moments, relabel some stuff.
Right.
That'll lead us to freedom.
And you know when you're free when you stop talking about it.
Yeah. Right.
Because sometimes every opportunity I get, I mean, and sometimes it's subtle. Oh, well, it's just some stuff you don't know when you're talking about people. Wait a minute.
Wow.
It's just
Wait.
Somebody coming to you. Oh, they the best thing to slice bread. Oh, well, yeah.
Yikes.
You know, well.
Yeah. There it is.
What? And if you crack the door, I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you all about it.
Yeah.
I made some decisions some years ago not to discuss anything with anybody who can't help me.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm still walking in some hurt, and only thing I can do is just regurgitate it. And I don't know, you may even jump on board and agree that I have a right. So I'm sorry, I can't.
That's good.
I can't really talk to you about it. And I've told people that. I'm sorry. I can't discuss it with you because you can't help me.
And so I want to point out that type of response, that coming into awareness, hey, I can handle these situations with this statement. I'm not going to talk to anyone who can't help me about it. Comes from hearing what God has to say about it. And then he gives you wisdom on how to deal.
True, or just making up your mind that every time I talk to you about it, I feel worse when I leave. So I feel worse about that person, or worse about, and now here I am in a point of possibly being depressed, and you ain't nowhere around to lift me up. I'm alone with my own thoughts, and so I think God is. I know this may sound crazy. I think God is very practical. He wouldn't really ask us to do something that he wouldn't give us the strength to actually do it.
That's right.
So we sometimes even have to, God, that's a tough one. But I know you'll help me to be able to do it. I know you'll help me get through it. I know I'm counting on your faithfulness to be God. And I realize what you're asking me to do is not a simple task, nor is it a fleshly task.
That's good. Right.
I realize a mere man can't do this, but I got to consider myself not being a mere man because I'm filled with your power. I'm filled with your ability. You've given me capabilities to believe what you're saying to me. And, for me, I've talked myself down. I know I'm not the only one that I'm in a situation and it's heated and I have to talk myself down. I have to start reminding myself of who God is to me. I have to start reminding myself of his promises to Deborah. I'm not talking about to everybody. I have to make it personal to me. I believe that you're going to do these things for me. I believe that you said all things are possible. Even forgiveness is possible to someone who has actually damaged you. I've actually had someone to have something against me. I couldn't figure out what it was, but God told me to go to them and apologize for what they thought. I fasted half a day before I did it. But I did it. And how freeing it was for me, because instead of getting the response I thought I would get, it was like, yeah, I heard you're supposed to be some big Christian and I didn't know if you... I'm like, oh, Jesus, get off the phone.
Yeah.
Get off the phone. Get off the phone. Get off the phone. But I found a freedom
Right.
in it. And so
that's the part. But that comes when you value your relationship with God more than whatever you know you've imagined can come from that offense. I'm just thinking in moments like that, it's like the satisfaction that comes with, okay, God, I did what you told me to do. They responded the way they responded.
Right.
I did what you told me to do.
Once again, Satan gives you an opportunity to be offended.
Yeah. It's like,
both ways. I'm offended with God for having me be embarrassed.
Right.
Because I'm expecting this. Oh, well, thank you for coming to me, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Are you really who you say you are? It's like, okay. Well, God, did that go the way you wanted it to go?
Right.
Is that what you expected? But on all levels. And I'm praying that my life can be a witness to other people of how good God really is, how merciful he is, how gentle he is, how kind he is, and how he is relentless concerning us in pulling us out of dark spaces and dark places, how his desire really is that we experience John 10 and 10, how he will unfold things to us, how he is concerned about everything that concerns us. I just want people to understand this extensive love that God has for us so that we can experience it. I mean, in actuality, that's part of Paul's being so delighted in when we call in the book of Ephesians chapter 3 and verse 20. Thing of it is, when I look at it, I'm like, Paul is actually writing a letter to people.
Yeah.
And he's gotten to the point where he is so excited about what God can do in our lives that, he's like, hey, God, do you know how big God really is? Do you know how capable God is of changing your mind and changing your attitude and changing how you see things? Do you know the level that God really wants you to live your life? And so it's like, I don't want anything to hinder that.
Right.
I don't want anything to come between that, let alone a person.
Right. That's good.
So it becomes a, God, how do I live it? How do I live it out? I know it, but how do I live it out? Oh, you're going to help me live it out.
That's it. Right.
You're going to help me to accomplish what you're saying. I don't have to go off on my own. Yes, God, I'm having these crazy thoughts in my head, and they don't agree with no thoughts that's in your head. But help me change my thinking, and God will go to work. That's that keeping you out of feeling that guilt. That's to keep you out of that this guilt consciousness. It's to keep you from feeling like God's gonna punish you for something, because oh my goodness, the enemy can take us down some dark places.
That's right.
And I'm just glad that God is there to pull us out.
That's good.
And he will. That's the whole thing and he will.
That's good.
And so, again, unforgiveness was just one of the things that he does, because you open the door for Satan to start torturing you with your own thoughts. And so you keep saying it's the thing the person did, when in actually it's the thing you're thinking that's torturing you.
Wow. Yeah.
Because think about it. The guy who cut you off, he at home at 7 o'clock eating his steak dinner, enjoying his family, and you at home telling your wife all about what happened. The next day you tell somebody else about what happened. And if I should ever see this guy again, and all the thinking that you, just the stuff. Yesterday, I went to have brunch. I went to have brunch at one of my favorite places. And so I'm standing, actually, when I come in, there's no one there to actually seat me, but I could see that they're seating someone else. And there was a couple getting ready to check out. So it's two different stations. This guy comes in, he walks right past me. And he's just looking. I thought he was looking for someone to join to eat. But he's sitting there, and I'm thinking, I wonder what his haste is. I wonder what is going on with him. So the host comes back up, and he turns around and starts talking to the host. I need a table for two. And I look and I think, you walked past me, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And so, I'm just there thinking to myself, should I say something? Should I not? Is it a kingdom issue? Do you really care?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thought was like, well, who do he think? I mean, these are all thoughts coming. They happen rapidly.
Right.
Y'all know thoughts happen.
Right.
Well, who in the world does he think he is?
Mm-hmm.
Just to ignore me and act like I'm not standing here.
Right.
Okay, he's doing it because you're a woman.
Yeah.
No, he's probably doing it because you're black.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's doing it because you're a black woman. I mean, how many of y'all have had thoughts that come to you? I mean, they rapid. Satan is at you rapidly.
Right.
And so I think, honestly, I don't care.
Right.
And so the couple who was getting ready to check out, the lady turned around and goes, wait a minute.
Yes.
She was here first.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. She was here first. And the guy looks at her like, Anne,
mm-hmm.
the one who wanted to be seated.
Mm-hmm.
And the waiter is looking, and I said, I actually don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Seated.
Yeah.
And so he was, and because I did customer service for so long, I'm like, I'm reading him like, oh, okay, he's in a hurry. Wonder what he's promised somebody. But anyways, I'm having my thoughts and laughing at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So he seats him. He comes back to seat me. But he had to step away for a second. He said, excuse me a moment. The guy comes up and get another place setting and sets his own table.
Wow.
To have other people join him. I'm like,
wow.
oh, he got a lot of stuff
working. Yeah.
He's got a lot of stuff going on. And it wouldn't have been worth my thinking and my, as a matter of fact, I laughed about it. The hostess apologized for it. I was like, wow, he seated him for one and he wanted more people. So he came up and got his own menus.
Right.
He got his own place settings and took it back to his table.
Wow.
A lot of stuff going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then that could have haunted me all day long.
Right. Mm-hmm.
About the fact that he disrespected me. How did he disrespect me? And the lady told me, she said, sometimes I don't speak up for myself. And then when I get home, I'm upset because I didn't speak up for myself. I said, ma'am, I honestly don't care. I really don't care. See, again, you should have spoke up for yourself. You didn't, so I did. So I'm like, you know what? I can't get involved with that.
That's good.
I can't get involved with that. Next thing you know, I'm mad at tall white men that come in. I mean, I'm
your
just
favorite brunch spot no longer your brunch spot
because that
exit.
Guy,
you're on Yelp leaving reviews. Terrible place to eat.
I can't believe the hostess actually didn't insist on helping me. You understand what I'm saying? That's what I mean by.
Yeah. I hear so much like choose peace. Choose joy. Choose his way. Choose the good example. All of those things. Yes,
and if you have difficulty in doing it, rest assured he will help you.
He will help you.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
That's the bottom line. Good thing about it is rest assured he will help you get there. That's how much God has invested in us. He didn't just give us a bunch of rules and leave us to ourselves, knowing good and well as human nature.
Right.
We, we got to get you back, tit for tat.
That's right.
You slap me, I slap you. Even if it's not right now, I will connive and get you back so it'll be worse. So,
God is good.
And we should relish in the thought that we have that kind of power. See, that's the good thing about it. I have people talk about being humble, and that's power. We've heard it described power under control.
Right.
So we sometimes don't relish in that, but I'm telling you, it is so cool to me to outsmart the devil.
That's good.
It is, man. That's my greatest joy to outsmart the devil. You thought you going to take me down this road. You thought I'd live a lifetime in it. But look at what God did. I will not live a lifetime of not being joyful. I will not live a lifetime of being sad. I will not let this be all the totality of my life.
That's good. Yeah.
I can't do it.
What I hear you saying, too, is an awareness of what's really, if you want to say, what's really at stake. Or what is the real game? Like the game is not this guy get in front of me and me showing that you can't disrespect me like that. Like,
Right.
no, the real thing is God going to get glory from this situation?
Or will I be baited into something? So you have to be looking. Satan is so conniving. Will I allow him to be bait, or will God make me wiser than you?
That's good. Right. Mm-hmm.
So I'm counting on God to make me wiser than you, so I can sit back and have a laugh instead of being laughed at.
There it is, right there.
Do I at the end of the day avoid your schemes and your plots?
That's good.
Because God is making me aware of what's really at stake. And so, the joy of the get back. No, I'm talking about Satan. The joy of the get back.
Right.
Oh, my
nice.
goodness. You thought.
Right.
You thought, that you had power over me, but I thank God. The power is greater on the inside of me.
That's good. That's good. That's good, Pastor Deborah. Okay. Well, here we are. The end of another deeper dive. And I think that the content shared is worth just continuing to think about, making sure that we take victory. We live this life from the victory position. We can avoid a lot by just living life from the victory position. I already won. I don't have to fight that.
Yeah.
God's made those things available to us. It's a good day, leading up to a good weekend, and we want you to go through it, enjoying it, knowing that we love you. God does too. Keep attending and keep being most blessed. We'll see you soon.
Me from this heavenly dreaming. I can't demand what my life would be if you didn't find me. I thought love was lost.
So the music came from over there.
Was shifting in my mind, caught up in the whirlwind, trying to define who I really was within. Feeling so numb, da 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 da. But then your blood came and rescued me. I can feel the life coming in my feet. I got a new dance, you became my beat. You came in my head like I need